messed up.
Kyrie Irving is back in the news.
Okay, what did he do?
It's actually good. I like to say something positive about Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
NBA star Kyrie Irving gives $40,000 to a 93-year-old South Carolina woman in her legal battle to protect her family home from an encroaching developer. They trying to get this lady. You know how every movie they always have where they try to get rid of people to take their house. That's what they trying to do with this lady.
Oh.
So they find her. They'll do stuff. They'll say, "Oh, you got this in the yard or whatever. Oh, your door is this or she can't pay that stuff." And they pretty much trying to take her house from her. She don't want to sell it because she says she wants to keep it in the family. But the developer says we have to have your house. In order for us to do what it says, Dallas Maverick star Kyrie Irving has donated $40,000 to a 93-year-old South Carolina woman in a legal battle to protect her home from encroaching developer. Josephine Wright, a longtime resident of South Carolina's Hilton Head Island, is being sued by Bailey Point Investment Group for allegedly blocking the developer's progress on a 147-unit complex next to her property. The 1.8-acre plot that was first settled by escaped slaves and has remained in her family since the Civil War. Wright inherited the land in 2012 from her late husband.
That's history.
Thank you.
He's helping her.
The developers have reportedly made offers of up to $39,000 to buy her plot, her house.
Okay.
$39,000.
Thank you. You really want it. Why
don't you give her a couple of million?
Thank you. At least $6.
But when she refused, they began a campaign of harassment that included slashing her tires, throwing trash into her property, and even hanging a snake from her window.
Who's doing this?
She alleges.
The development.
I guess they figured I would become so unnerved with the harassment that I would say take it, Wright said at a recent press conference. But they don't know me. I'm here to fight for what I have.
Go ahead, woman.
And they thought because she's 93, she's too old. A GoFundMe page was started in Wright's name, which is how Irving came to donate $40,000. That campaign has raised $248,000 of its $350,000 goal Wednesday morning.
Get down.
While Irving has become a controversial figure in the NBA over his vaccine stance and his allegations of anti-Semitism, he's also developed a reputation for generosity. In 2017, he paid school tuition for 12-year-old battling a debilitating migraine condition. He's also paid funeral costs for a 14-year-old Irving's old high school in New Jersey. More recently, he paid the funeral costs of other expenses of family of Shaquilla Robinson, and a woman who was murdered while on vacation in Mexico last year. Shaquilla Robinson. He paid for her funeral. In fact, Irving has donated more than $500,000 to various GoFundMe campaigns, according to NetsDaily.com, a Brooklyn teen blog.
So they can't bother her no more.
Well, as long as she and they said Tyler Perry is looking into this too.
Good. That ought to shut down the developers and whoever's harassing her, because now it's making the news. So now spotlight's on whoever's trying to get her out.
She also has received support from former state legislator Bakari Sellers and the NAACP.
Okay.
Sellers initially tried to open a dialogue with the development company regarding the situation, but received no response.
See, they mean. They trying to, it's all about them and the money and whatever they're trying to build around her house.
She said, Wright's granddaughter, Sharice Graves, told reporters that the disruption of her elderly grandmothers has had to endure in the last year. Unbeknownst to us, they just started tearing trees down around her. Our house was shaking like it was an earthquake. They didn't even have the decency to let us know that this is what was happening. The lawsuit is still in discovery phase, and Wright's family have commissioned an independent survey to see if she alleged encroachment crosses the parcel boundary. Wright maintains that her porch has around 22 feet of space between its end and the property line. So I don't know what they're going to do. But you're not just going to bully this woman out of her property.
Around her. But that was wrong, that the fact that Wondered if she would have sold it if they came up with a big amount.
$39,000.
She probably laughed at them.
I don't know if she gonna sell it then if it was from slaves and it was given to her family.
It's a lot of history. And that reformation, if they were going to give reformation because they're taking her property like they're doing in Evanston,
Thank you.
give her some money. Give her over 200, 300,000.
Let me see. Wendy M said court martial. That's for the guy we was just saying, the King guy. Emerald says, I saw that story. Her family has owned that land for generations. How is this lawful? Wendy says everybody has issues. Sometimes people just snap. Some people are embarrassed to get help. The stigma, probably that guy. And True says this situation is so messed up, but it has happened to a lot of Black people. They will probably try to use eminent domain to take her property.
But if it's historical, I don't think they can tear it down.
I don't
If
know.
it's over so many years, you can't tear it. What do you call that when your property is deemed
Historic
historic?
landmark.
Yeah,
Landmark.
Yeah, they can't tear that down. If she can hopefully get
You
proof.
know how they try to find ways to do stuff.
Mm.
So we don't know.
Let's see if Tyler and all of them can put some spotlight on these knuckleheads.
And real quick, Marjorie Taylor Greene compares Biden to FDR, LBJ, and gives Biden, you all right?
Yeah.
And gives Biden a new